Hello students, today we will learn about the components of sentences. Okay, so let's begin. So today we are going to learn about subject and predicate. So as you can see, I have written there subject. Subject means every sentence consists of two components, that is a subject and a predicate, right? Now subject, the subject generally introduces a sentence, means whatever we talk about in a sentence is a subject, means it is generally a person, place or thing. Okay, I hope you have understood. Subject means the place or the person or the thing we talk about. Okay, like if I say I am fine today, so about whom we are talking? We are talking about I. Okay, so I will be the subject. Alright, and predicate means predicate says something about the subject. It will tell us about the subject. Like when I say I am fine today, means I is the subject, and which words are telling us about I am fine today. So am fine today will be the predicate. Alright, so you have understood subject means about whom we talk. Okay, like it is generally a person, place or thing, and predicate tells us about the subject, like what the subject is doing, what the subject is saying. All right, so for example, you see I have written here first one, Harish read a book. Okay, Harish read the book. Here which is the subject? We are talking about Harish, so Harish is the subject. And which words are telling us about Harish? Read the book, so read the book is the predicate. All right. Number 2, he had a good memory. He had a good memory. So which is the subject about whom we are talking? He. So he is the subject. All right. And had a good memory is telling us about he. So had a good memory is the predicate. All right. Number 3, all the 6 boys are my friends. Okay, all the 6 boys are my friends. It will be friends here. All right, so here which is the subject? 6 boys, all the 6 boys. So all the 6 boys will be the subject, and then are my friends will be predicate. All right, number 4, the strong wind bent the tall trees in the park. So which is the subject here? The strong wind, because we are talking about the strong wind. All right, not only wind, the strong wind. Okay, whatever adjective will be included, that also is included in the subject. All right, adjective or articles like a, the. All right, so the strong wind will be the subject, and bent the tall trees in the park will be the predicate. All right, I hope I am clear to you. Okay, so in a sentence there are phrases and clauses. All right, so we will learn about phrases and clauses. Now phrase means what? Group of words with no subject verb combination. Means there will be a group of words, but subject and verb will not be there. Combination will not be there. This somewhere subject will be present, somewhere verb will be present, but subject will be missing. All right, no combination. They cannot be together. Subject and verb will not be together. That is a phrase. Like first example, you see the tall boy. The tall boy. In the tall boy, verb is missing. Where is the verb? No verb. Number 2, you see ran fast. Now here subject is missing. Who ran first? We don't know. All right, so here subject is missing. And third number, you see around the track. Around the track, what goes around the track? Or what went around the track? We don't have any idea. All right, so here both the subject and the verb is missing. All right, so here you have understood. It's very easy to understand phrases. You will see a group of words where there is no subject verb combination, means subject and verbs are not together. All right, that is a phrase. You will see somewhere verb is there, then subject will be missing. Somewhere subject is there, then verb will be missing, or both can be missing. Am I clear to you all? All right, now let's move on to clauses. Now clauses is the opposite. clauses means there will be group of words having both a subject and a matching verb. Means there will be a subject also and there will be a matching verb. Means it will be a complete sentence. Alright, we will get the meaning completely. Alright. For example, first one you see, he will come today. He will come today. Here which is the subject? He is the subject. Okay, and here verb is also there. Will means it is a clause. Next one you see, E.T. draws picture. E.T. is the subject and draws is the verb. So both are present, means it's a clause. Third one you see, Rahul. Rahul is the subject and ate is the verb. Rahul ate slowly. So here you see both the subject and the verb are present. That's why these examples are clauses. I hope I am clear to you all. Clear? Okay, now we will learn about the types of clauses. Okay, clauses can be of two types. First is dependent clause and the other one is, first is independent clause and the other one is dependent clause. Alright? Independent clause means complete sentence. Independent clause means complete sentence, means where you can understand the complete meaning of it. But dependent clause, as the name tells us, dependent clause cannot stand alone as a sentence. Alright? It cannot stand alone as a sentence. Hence, it gives us incomplete meaning. Alright? It gives us incomplete meaning. But remember one thing. Clause means you will have a subject and a matching verb. That is important. That is the difference between clause and phrase. Right? In phrase, subject and verb cannot be together. Okay? But in clause, whether it is independent or dependent, you will get both the subject and a matching verb. Clear? Let's see the example. Okay, independent clause you see. We played football yesterday. Alright, we played football yesterday. Here, these words, we played football yesterday, you can get the complete meaning. Isn't it or not? You get the complete meaning reading this sentence. Whereas, the next one you see, dependent, because it was a holiday, as it is starting with because it was a holiday, so we have a doubt in mind, because it is a holiday, so what happened? Okay, we get to know that something is incomplete here. Alright, but it is. But in the first one, we get the complete meaning. In the second one, we don't get complete meaning. We have some doubts in our mind. Alright, that's why first one can stand alone as a sentence. Alright, it is a complete sentence. That's why it is called independent clause. And the next one, though there are subject and verb present, we still have doubt about its meaning. Alright, we don't get the complete meaning. That's why it is called independent clause. Alright, now let's see at the examples. You will understand. I will go there tomorrow as I want to borrow a book. Alright, I will go there tomorrow as I want to borrow a book. Now here you see, as I will go there, you get the complete meaning out of it. Yes or no? As I will go there. But if you read tomorrow as I want to borrow a book, tomorrow as I want to borrow a book, there you get, here subject is present, I, verb is also present, want, still you don't get the complete meaning, means it's dependent clause. And the first part, I will go there, it gives you complete meaning, I will go there. Alright, so it's independent clause. Alright, next see the second example. Before you go to bed, you have to finish your work. Okay, before you go to bed, here you don't get the complete meaning. Though subject is present and verb is also present, then also you don't get the complete meaning. That's why it is dependent clause. And the next one, you have to finish your work. You is there, subject, have to is there, have, okay, verb, and it gives you complete meaning also. That's why it is an independent clause. Okay, just remember, independent clause means it can stand alone as a sentence. Alright, dependent clause needs the help of independent clause to be a complete sentence. That's it. Alright, I hope you have understood. Now, some key points I have written here showing the difference between phrase and clause. Okay, phrase means group of words. Clause means also group of words. Phrase means no subject or no verb or both are missing. Means I told you something will be missing. Okay, subject and verbs are not together. Alright, but in clause you will get a subject and a matching verb. Alright. Okay, third difference is that no meaning if used alone. If we use the phrase alone, there we don't get complete meaning. Alright, but in clause we get complete meaning. Okay, and we have two types of clauses. That is, first one is dependent clause, and the next one is independent clause. Dependent clause can stand alone as a sentence, and dependent clause needs the help of the independent clause to be alone as a sentence. But in both the clauses, dependent and independent, there will be subject and a matching verb. That is confirmed. Okay, now let's see at the examples again. Under the bridge, can you say what is missing here? Here both subject and verb are missing. Number 2, the little boy. Here the little boy is the subject, means verb is missing. Eating junk food, eating is there, means verb is there, but subject is missing. Okay, clauses, you see, Rahul opened the door. Subject is also there, verb is also there, means it's a clause, and we get the complete meaning. She wore a black dress. She is the subject, would is the verb. Okay, so we get complete meaning. I knocked the door because it was locked. This is also a clause because subject is also there and verb is also there. The first one is independent clause and the next one is dependent clause. Okay, so basic differences I have told you. I hope you have understood it. So in book number 1, page number 15, you will see two exercises. Question number A, underline the phrases. You will have to underline the phrases. Alright, and question number B, complete with phrases of your own. Alright, so you will have to complete, you will have to write the phrases of your own idea in the blanks. Alright, and in book number 2, page number 10, you will see question number A, underline the predicates. Predicates also I have explained, so predicates also you will underline there. Okay, and question number B, complete by writing missing subject or predicate. Somewhere you will see subjects are missing, you will fill in the blanks with the proper subjects, and somewhere predicates are missing, so you will fill in the blanks with the appropriate predicate.